She doesn't show it, but she feels the loss of you, deeper than you'll ever know. Not because you chased her, not because you begged, but because you didn't. And that silence, that's what's destroying her now. They say men are emotionally detached, that when relationships end, they walk away unaffected. But the truth, especially when you're a grounded, disciplined man, is different. Stoicism teaches us not to chase, not to cling, but to master ourselves. And in doing so, we become the one thing women often don't expect: unforgettable. So when you leave, not with anger or bitterness, but with calm silence, she feels it more than you think. Not immediately, not dramatically, but deeply, quietly, like a storm that comes after a long silence. Let's break this down. 1. You didn't just walk away, you vanished with dignity. Stoics don't plead, they don't beg. They walk away with their head high, their emotions controlled. You didn't explode, you didn't argue, you left with silence. And that's what haunts her. Because women expect a man to react emotionally, to try and fix things, to chase. But when you do the opposite, when you become a mystery, she starts to wonder, why didn't he fight for me? Was I really not worth it? Or is he stronger than I thought? This silence becomes a mirror, and it reflects her own decisions back at her. 2. She lost more than a man. She lost stability. A Stoic man provides more than affection. He provides grounding, certainty, emotional strength. When she was panicking, you were composed. When she doubted herself, you were calm. When her world felt chaotic, you were her anchor. Now that anchor is gone, and it's only after the chaos returns that she realizes your presence was the order in her life. She didn't lose a boyfriend. She lost her foundation. 3. She underestimated your absence. At first, she might have felt relief, freedom, space. But then time does its job. The silence grows heavier. The world keeps spinning, but something's off. No one texts her with that calm assurance. No one listens without trying to fix her. No one just is, like you were. The longer you're gone, the more your absence becomes real. She compares every man to you, and none match your discipline, your mystery, your strength. Because what's rare is unforgettable, and you were rare. 4. Stoicism doesn't make you cold. It makes you memorable. Emotional men come and go. Loud men fade. But a man of reason, boundaries, and presence, that man imprints on a woman's memory. Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions, to choose detachment not as avoidance, but as wisdom. You didn't detach to hurt her. You detached to honor yourself. And in doing so, you gave her something to remember, a man who didn't need her, but chose her. And when she failed to see your value, you walked, not to punish, but to protect your peace. 5. Loss hits hardest when it's unexpected. She never expected to miss you. Maybe she even thought she could do better. Maybe she thought you'd wait, but you didn't. And now, she's looking back. Because you're not looking forward. You're not watching her stories. You're not reaching out. You've gone completely silent. That silence becomes louder than any argument, any goodbye, any closure. Because when a Stoic man is done, he's done with grace. 6. You're growing, and she's standing still. Nothing stings more than watching someone you left become everything you once wanted. You're focused, you're improving, you're not sitting in sadness, you're sharpening your sword. And she sees it. She sees you lifting more, laughing more, living better. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Stoics don't glow up for revenge, they grow up for peace. But in that peace, there's power. And that power? It shakes her to her core. 7. You didn't try to make her regret it. That's why she does. Revenge is loud. Growth is silent. She expected you to try to win her back. She expected emotion, but you gave her nothing. No message, no anger, no plea. And now she questions everything. Did I ever matter to him? How can he be so calm? Why does his silence hurt more than his words ever did? Because Stoic men don't prove their worth. They live it. 8. She'll feel the loss. When the games no longer work, attention-seeking stories, indirect messages, subtle bait, all ignored. Because you're not playing games anymore. You've outgrown the noise. And when a woman realizes that nothing she does can break your focus, that's when it hits. She didn't just lose a man. She lost a man she could never fully understand. And that mystery lingers longer than love ever could. 9. She's haunted by the way you made her feel. Stoicism is not about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally intelligent. You made her feel seen, safe, understood. That's rare. When she compares you to others, she realizes something. They don't have your depth. They don't have your presence. They don't have your patience. She feels it in moments of silence, in the men who fumble her heart, in the nights she can't sleep. You didn't love like the rest. And now she sees that too late. 10. The man who doesn't need her is the one. She can't forget. Neediness repels. Strength attracts. You didn't need her validation. You didn't need her attention. You gave, but you never begged. And that energy, it stays. In a world full of men trying too hard, your discipline stands out. Your boundaries echo long after you're gone. And the emptiness she feels, that's not about losing you. That's about losing herself in the presence of a man who found himself. Final Stoic reminder. Your power doesn't come from making her regret. Your power comes from never needing her to. Keep growing. Keep building. Keep choosing silence over drama, purpose over validation, and strength over emotion. Because when you become a Stoic man, your absence becomes your loudest presence. And in that presence, she'll remember. She didn't just lose a man. She lost the calm in her storm. She lost what she couldn't control. She lost you, long before you were truly gone. Subscribe for more powerful Stoicism and psychology. Comment Stoic if you agree.